Hey there, it's your friend Chris Luck. I'm the creator of AIville, which is the largest community in the world for people like yourself and me who are learning how to use AI. And I have a different little setup right now. I'm in my office rather than my studio, so I'm trying something a little different where I have a green screen and you can see more of my desktop, and we can just kind of get right into things. So if you can hear me and if you can see me just fine, let me know in the chat. And it looks like I need to put the comments below me instead of in front of me. I'm still trying to get all this this working out. It's so weird that the comments show up in front. Is there a replay somewhere? Yeah. So as soon as this is done being recorded, then the replay will actually just be here on YouTube. And what's up, Ollie? Thanks for being here. I just need to fix this where it's not going to cover me when I do comments. Sorry, this is a new setup I've got. So I just need to make sure we're good to go. So it looks like, thank you, Patty, by saying you can see and hear me. So today is all going to be about the ElevenLabs just AI tutorial. And if you don't know what ElevenLabs is, it is the best voice generator there is when it comes to just realistic AI voice cloning. So I've got a little agenda here on the left-hand side that we're going to go through, and then we've got ElevenLabs here on the right-hand side. And starting off, if you just really don't know what ElevenLabs is, it is the best AI voice generator on the market, and it's now, they just came out recently with a huge update where it's a complete AI content creation platform. And thank you, Ollie, by letting you know that you can see me. And what's up, Katra? And you can clone any voice that you want in just a few minutes with some audio. And there's a new feature that just came out recently I'm going to show you today where you can just talk into your microphone, pick a voiceover, and it will take everything that you said and then your tonality, your ups and downs, you could sing, whatever you want to do, and then you can overlay a voice on top of yours. And it's incredible stuff. And you can dub videos in 30 languages. You can generate full songs from text prompts. You have voice agents that can actually answer phone calls. And now it's trying, this is one thing I don't like about ElevenLabs is that it's trying to do too much. So it's trying to include image and video generation also. And what's up, Kevin? And what's up, Polly? So the fact that it's trying to do too much, I hope it's not going to take away from like what it's really good at, which is what is just being an AI voice generator. So the ElevenLabs V3 model, which is the new model that just came out not too long ago, it is the most expressive text-to-speech model ever, and it supports 70 languages out of the box. And you can add emotions with simple audio tags. You could type things, and you're going to see me do all of this, by the way. You can type things in brackets, so you can say like whisper, and it will actually whisper. You could type in laugh, and it'll actually laugh. You could type in sigh, and you'll actually hear a real sigh. And there's also multi-speaker dialogue with natural interruptions, and currently 80% off during a launch promotion with all these new features that came out with version 3, which is super cool. Now, another thing that ElevenLabs came out with is their ElevenLabs Music, and this really changes the game. But I don't like that they're doing too much. Like, they're really good at voiceovers and they're really good at voice cloning, but I just did a live stream yesterday showing you how to use Suno, and Suno is incredible and is going to be the best when it comes to music. However, ElevenLabs they're just trying to get into the game. So you can generate full songs with a text description. You can do vocals and instrumental. You can do multilingual lyrics in English and Spanish and Japanese. I know Magnus from Sweden was on yesterday's live stream and he was asking about different languages. So ElevenLabs can do that. And it's licensed with Merlin and Cobalt for music publishers, and it's legal to use commercially. There's no copyright issues, and there's a 50-50 royalty split with artists who actually trained it. And I still see a lot of you that are coming in. So what's up, Wendy from Phoenix? So they also, ElevenLabs has image and video, and it just launched. And again, I'm not personally a fan of this. I'm not going to show you the image and videos and all the music, because I just feel like it's not the best out there. And what I want to do on my channel for you is actually show you like the best AI tools for what they should be known for. So I will say though, you do have access to Sora 2 Pro directly inside ElevenLabs. You have access to VO 3.1 for cinematic video. You have access to the brand new Kling 3.0, which I did a live stream, I think 3 days ago on that. That's on my channel. And it's all inside one unified creative workspace. Again, they're trying to compete with, the Higgs fields of the world and all of that. And you can generate images, you can turn them into video, you can add voiceover automatically and have it synced. You can add AI music as your soundtrack, and you can export production ready content in minutes. Again, however, though, if you're going to do like AI video, I would recommend using something that is a model on a platform like Higgs field, or AI images, a model like Higgs field. And then you can always tie in ElevenLabs to Higgs field. You can hook up your ElevenLabs account so you can get your voiceovers from ElevenLabs, but you're actually producing your videos and your images on Higgs field. This is something insane. Realistic AI voice cloning. So you can instantly clone a voice with 1 to 2 minutes of audio. If you have 30 minutes of audio, you could professionally clone any voice you want. You can capture tones, you can capture the pitch, you can capture the accent and the rhythm perfectly, and you can use your clone in any script, in any language, and there's built-in consent verification for safety, and you can create consistent brand voices at scale, and you can just never have to record yourself again. Like if you want to have your audio overlaid on videos, or just, background audio with B-roll footage and all that, you'd never have to record yourself anymore. You just record, if you have time, up to 30 minutes of you just talking, and it'll save you as a voice. And now you're going to see how this works, and you can just type anything you want, and it's just going to make it sound like you're saying it. There's also, again, I feel like they're doing too much, but you can do voice agents, and they're actually insanely cheap though. So you can build AI voice agents in minutes. Calls right now, if you want to have ElevenLabs do calls, they start at 10 cents a minute, which can get pretty expensive, but that is, 50% cheaper than before. And you can connect it with any LLM. So you can connect the voice agents with ElevenLabs with ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini. You can connect it to Salesforce and Stripe and Zendesk, and you can actually answer customer calls 24/7 automatically and naturally turn like talking, or you can actually I totally misspelled this. You could you could naturally turn text into talking that feels human. And this is just basically going to replace call centers. And Harry, I'm sorry that you had a little bit of hard time connecting. Hopefully it wasn't on my end and that you're able to connect on your end just fine. But thank you for being here. Now, as far as the pricing breakdown, so if you want to know about like the ElevenLabs pricing, when you go to their pricing tiers here, you can see like just up above me. So if you want to go, you can actually use ElevenLabs for free. So if you came to this tutorial on YouTube because you want to see how to use ElevenLabs for free, this is how you would do it. So you just go to elevenlabs.io, go to their pricing, and you can build for free. The free plan will give you 10,000 credits a month, which is actually quite a bit of credits if you just want to get started. And you're going to have access to text-to-speech. You'll have access to speech-to-text, sound effects, voice design, music productions, image and video, and 3 projects if you want to play around with the studio. And then also you have the starter plan, which is $5 a month. And with the starter plan, you're going to have everything in the free, but you're also going to have commercial licensing. So if you want to create voiceovers and commercially license them and sell them, you can do that. You can do instant voice cloning, have 20 projects in the studio. It has to be commercial use. And then you have dubbing as well. And then you also have you have a creator plan, which is, the most popular. I think that's the plan that I have. So we'll take a look here in a minute. But with the creator plan, you get professional voice cloning. You have 192 kilobits of audio, or kilobytes of audio. I don't know if it's kilobits or kilobytes. I'm not like an audiophile, so I'm not sure, but very, very high quality audio. And then you also get additional credits. And then there's plans beyond that. There's a scale for $333 a month. There's a business for $1,320 a month. And then there's enterprise, which is totally custom pricing. So who should use ElevenLabs? Well, again, I'm going to give you a tour and a breakdown of like how you can actually get started using it today, but it would be YouTubers who just really need like voiceovers really fast for their videos and like overlays on their videos, or if they want to do like B-roll, short form type videos. and TikTokers and stuff like that, you can actually use ElevenLabs to be your voice. It could be podcasters who want consistent sound. It could be audiobook creators at any scale, course creators that are actually teaching globally, marketers that are making video ads, developers that are building voice apps, businesses that are replacing call centers, and really anyone that is creating content in, well, I said 2025 because I built this roadmap here in 2020 in December, and I added updates to it, and I forgot to update it to say 2026. So that was my bad. So as far as how you get started today, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to ElevenLabs.io, and once you come here, you're just going to sign up, but I'm actually going to log in. So let me just log in really quick. And then once you get logged in, this is what it's going to look like. And then the very first thing you're going to want to do, you can sign up for a free account, by the way, and just to kind of play along. So once you sign up for a free account, and what's up, Michael, coming in from Colorado? Once you sign up for a free account, you're going to click on Voices up here on the top left. So this is actually going to be the voice library. And then once you click on that, you're going to see, you can search for a library of voices. So if you want, like, let's say a very specific type of voice, like a whimsical Disney princess or something, you could type that in and it's going to find a lot of voices that sound like that. So you could search library voices by describing the type of voice that you want. What's really fun though, is that you can actually scroll down and actually look at the popular, like right above me, the popular TikTok voices. And when you click on the popular TikTok voices, you're going to see all the voices that are created and how many views and how many people are actually using that voice. And to hear it, let me just go ahead and I'm going to test out the audio real quick before I do some really crazy demos. I want you to let me know in the chat if you can hear this or not. So I'm gonna hit play on a couple of these and just type in yes in the chat if you can hear this. So we're gonna first listen to Hope, which is an upbeat and clear voice.
Hey, are you looking for a fresh and engaging voice for your podcast or social media? Then I'm the voice for you.
Now we're gonna listen to Heather.
Hey, I'm Heather. I love exploring. Are you ready for an adventure? Let's do it.
Now we'll listen to Mark.
I think this is a really nice way to just talk naturally together, talk plainly. Let's give it a shot.
We'll listen to Matthew.
Are you still looking for the right voice? Look no further. Let's make some content together. I'm ready to help.
Mine is the voice you hear quite often on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Thanks for choosing me for your project. You'll be very happy.
Thank you for everyone that's actually letting me know you can hear it loud and clear, because that was kind of my little test to make sure that this is all working good. Because now what I want to show you what to do is that once you come to these voices, you should really take a lot of, before you generate any voiceovers at all, take some time when you create your free account, go to the voices and just start searching for voices, looking at the trending voices, look at the best voices, in the new version, which is ElevenLabs V3. Look at the studio quality conversational voices, the like all of the possible kind of sections that they have, and just have fun listening. And then when you find some that you like, you can hit this plus sign, just like at the very top. Where is it? Like right here, right? Like above me, you can see where it says add to voices. So when you click that, it's going to add it to your voice library. And then once you add it to your voice library, you have this like ongoing library of voices that you don't have to then go back and find them again. You add them to your library one time, and then you're good to go. So once you've added a couple of voices to your library, and what's up, Susan, coming in from Oklahoma, and Howard says all good. What you want to do next is then click on where are we at? So go to voice library, add a couple of voices you like, and then you want to go to text to speech. So text, yeah, and Patty, there is actually Burt Reynolds did a collaboration with ElevenLabs. So what you can see here is if you scroll over, you can actually click on Burt Reynolds, and there's the actual iconic Burt Reynolds voice, and you can add that and actually have Burt Reynolds do like a voiceover for you if you wanted to do something like that. Which is crazy. So, and that's just the beginning. I hear they're going to have a lot of very iconic voices that are going to be like added to the library over time. And again, ElevenLabs is hands down like the industry gold standard when it comes to AI voice generation. So if you want to do anything with AI voice generation or get paid during this whole AI gold rush to do like AI voice generation, this is going to be your best platform to use. So what we'll do now is click on text to speech. So on the left-hand side here, and then this is where you can type something in. And when you type something in, it'll, whatever kind of script that you want, then you can actually choose the voice that like you have in your library. So I only have one right now just to kind of show you right here. And then what you want to do is just type in whatever you'd like to type. So here, I'm actually going to turn on my Whisper app that I have so I can just talk instead of type. Hi, I'm Brittany, and I am just doing a demonstration of how you can use ElevenLabs AI voiceovers to create the most realistic and authentic voiceovers using AI. So hopefully you can actually create gigs on Fiverr to be able to make money doing voiceovers for people. Okay, so then I'll just make sure that everything is spelled right, and it looks like it is. Now, I don't know if she's actually going to say Fiverr correctly because that's kind of like it's not a dictionary term. But anyway, I just typed in that, and then you can play around with some really cool things. So here, let me actually turn my camera off. So you can see, you can play around with the speed. So if you want to make her sound slower or faster, you can play around with the stability. So if you want, to do more variable or more stable, if you want the exaggeration to be very exaggerated, like just like a, character that's just really amped up, you can do that. But we'll just leave it as is. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and hit generate speech, and I want you to see how fast this can actually be. So we're just gonna hit generate speech.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and I am just doing a demonstration of how you can use ElevenLabs AI voiceovers to create the most realistic and authentic voiceovers using AI. Hopefully you can actually create gigs on Fiverr to be able to make money doing voiceovers for people.
Pretty crazy, right? So that's really, in a nutshell, like the fastest way to get started with ElevenLabs is you want to create a free account. And then once you create your free account, you just get in and then you add your voices that you like and you want to kind of play around with to your voice library. Once you do that, then you go to the text to speech here, and then you can just start. I mean, that's really the only couple steps that you need to actually get in the business of offering voiceover services to people. If you want to be like someone that does that and deliver professional voiceovers for people using AI, that's what you can do. I'm going to show you some other things here in a minute. Actually, you know what? I'll show you right now because I'm here, and yeah, and that's funny. Katra said she's my voice for my video. Yeah, it's insane, like how good these voices are. So what we're gonna do is click on Voice Changer, and this is something brand new that is really kind of scary. So instead of typing, let's say somebody has a very specific type of inflection they want to use in their voice. So ups and downs, maybe they want to include ums, or maybe you have someone wants to have an entire audiobook that they narrated themselves because they know how they want the pacing to be on the sentences, but they just want a different voice because they don't want to use their voice because they just don't want their voice to be the audiobook narration. So this is where you can charge hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for a service to do AI voice changing. So someone would give you, and you could charge off of how many words they have in their script. So you could say, okay, for 2,000, and I'm going to show you people that are actually doing this and the money they're making, but you can actually charge, X amount per word. And then they're going to send you their audio, which is them reading, and then you just take the audio and then you change it with voice cloning. So here's how you do it. All right, so I'm just gonna hit record audio and just kind of, I'm just gonna come up with something random. Hey there, it's Chris. Actually, not really. My name is Brittany. I'm not a real voice at all, but I am Chris that is doing a YouTube live stream right now. And he's just trying to kind of show off what you can do with the ElevenLabs voice changer. So we'll see if it works. Okay, so that's the original voice. That's just me, and it just recorded right there in ElevenLabs. I've chosen Brittany right here to be the social media voice. And then we'll even just have some fun. And I'm going to make the style a little more exaggerated. and then I'm going to generate the speech. And then this was like 24 seconds. So a
Hey there,
24-second.
it's Chris.
All right. So a 24-second speech was probably just converted using an AI voice changer in about 3 seconds. So let's go ahead and here, you'll listen to a little bit of the original, and then I'm going to play her so you can hear it like side by side. Hey there, it's Chris. Actually, not really. My name is Brittany. I'm not a real voice at all, but
Hey there, it's Chris. Actually, not really. My name is Brittany. I'm not a real voice at all, but I am Chris that is doing a YouTube live stream right now, and he's just trying to kind of show off what you can do with the ElevenLabs voice changer. So we'll see if it works.
that's pretty crazy. So that is what you can do with the AI voice changer. And that's something that just came out. And I've noticed like very few people are talking about that anywhere, out there on YouTube. So if you want to just kind of play around with that, again, you don't need any, you could just use your microphone like on your computer. You don't need like some high-end condenser microphone. I'm actually using like a really small, this is a Shure. I know someone on my live stream yesterday, or I think it was the day before, they're asking me specifically like what microphone I was using. And I just went through this whole breakdown of like my microphone and my camera and my lens and everything. But you can use any microphone to do this because it doesn't matter what your original quality is. It just matters that you record it directly on ElevenLabs, and then you can choose a voice and then it'll actually convert it over. So and my mom's here and she said she loves it. So we're going to play around with that probably later too when I'm back visiting her. So that is just a kind of a quick overview. Now there's a lot of other features. I could turn this into like a 4-hour live stream and show you, the voice isolator, the sound effects. But the whole point of this was I wanted to introduce you to what the best AI voice generator is right now for 2026, more specifically for February 2026. And it actually always has been and always will be ElevenLabs. So now I want to show you like 100 different ways you could use ElevenLabs, because some people might be seeing this and they're just not really sure, like, what all can you really do with it? So if you were doing like YouTube and content creation, you could create voiceovers for faceless YouTube channels. You could make narration for documentary style videos. You could generate voice intros for your channel. You could clone your voice and batch record scripts. You could dub your videos in Spanish for more views if you wanted to just offer that on your YouTube channel. You can offer professional narration to slideshow videos. You can create ASMR style whisper content with audio tags. You could generate multiple character voices for story videos. You can make podcast intros that sound radio quality, and you can turn blog posts into audio versions on YouTube. If you want to do anything with music and audio production, you can actually generate background music for your videos. You could create custom jingles for your brand. You could make lo-fi study music for streaming. You could generate intro and outro music for podcasts, create royalty-free music for client projects. You could make AI-generated songs for social media trends, generate sound effects for video narration, create meditation music with calm vocals. You could make workout playlist tracks with high energy. You could generate cinematic scores for short films. For education and online courses, which I know a lot of you that are on my channel are kind of in this industry, you could create narration for online course modules. You could make pronunciation guides in multiple languages, generate audiobook versions of textbooks. You could create language learning content with native voices, make explainer videos with clear voiceovers. You could generate study guides in audio format, create accessible content for vision impaired students. You can make vocabulary flashcard audio clips. You could generate lecture summaries as audio reviews and create multilingual course versions automatically. If you're wanting to do social media content, again, this doesn't have to be you specifically, but if you want to offer this as a service to other people, you could add voiceovers to TikTok videos, create Instagram reels with AI narration. You could make quote videos with dramatic voice reading. You could generate voice content for LinkedIn posts. You could create story content with different voice personas. You could make audio clips for Twitter and X voice tweets. You could generate reaction video voiceovers, create meme videos with funny AI voices. You can make product showcase videos with pro narration and generate carousel posts with audio summaries. Now, there's a lot more of these, and I'll show you where you can actually get this list here in a little bit. I don't want to have to just bore you by reading all of these, but I will say, like, for any of you that are here right now, if you have any questions that you would like for me to answer live, because that's the whole point of these live streams, I would be happy to kind of answer or show off some areas of ElevenLabs. Whenever I show off these AI tools, I always like to show you like the best version of the tool. So if someone wants to say, hey, I want to see the studio, I can show you the studio without you having to actually jump in and buy it so you can see it. So I'll save the rest of these and I'll show you where to get this document in a minute. But some final thoughts is really like ElevenLabs is the best AI voice generator there is. And it's the best in class for voice and music and video all in one place right now. It's legally licensed, so it's safe to use commercially. However, like with Suno yesterday, when I did my live stream on Suno, everything in there is also safe to use commercially because they have that deal that they just did with Warner Music. And the free tier on ElevenLabs is good because you can actually test everything right now for free. And it's really the future of content creation. And then if you want to actually see how much money people are making by using AI to generate these kind of voiceovers, you could go over to, here, let's go to Fiverr. So if you go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, actually what you could do is if you go to sellonfiverr.com, you can have the ability to create an account and then actually offer the ability to do like what I'm about to show you. So you can go to music and audio and voice synthesis and AI, and there's a text to speech section. So there's 628 results of people that are specifically saying that they're going to use AI to help with text to speech, which is exactly what I showed you how to do. How much you can make, you can see there's people here that are charging like $15 to craft AI voiceovers in your voice using ElevenLabs, 79 reviews, $15. And then, some of these are, like this guy will do human, male, and female like voiceovers. He has 367 reviews at $5 a pop. So there's a lot of money to be made in these voiceovers. And like what I recommend in all of my live streams that I do is that if you want to get in the business of offering this as a service to other people, you want to make sure you're looking at what the top sellers are doing by just the number of reviews they have. I would try to find people that have like over 100 reviews that are 5-star reviews, and then break down and see what they're doing, and then think about how can you do something better than what it is that they're doing. As far as we have a question that says, how extensive is the free version? Basically, does it go by number of clips, number of minutes used, or what? So I'll show you. So if you go here back to, here, I'm going to sign out for a second of ElevenLabs. And then we're just going to go to elevenlabs.io. And then if we go to the pricing right here, you will see for the free, here, for Sydney, let me go ahead and take off your comment there. So for the free version, you will get 10,000 credits per month. So your question was like, how much can you actually, does it go by number of clips, number of minutes used, or anything like that? And this is what's really interesting, and it kind of sucks with AI, is that all of these tools out there that give you these abilities like AI voice generation, AI image generation, AI video generation, it's all credit based. So what you can do is if you want to see how many credits there are, or like per voice, let's go ahead and try to figure that out, because I actually don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you right now. So you just know what the answer is. So if I go into ElevenLabs and we're going to take a look at the text to speech, and then it showed how many credits I have if I just start typing random characters. So I'm wondering if characters is how many credits. So like, I don't know if you can see it because it's so small, but I have 497,128 credits, okay? So if I typed in, here, I'm just gonna, we're gonna figure this out right now. Okay, hang on a second. Hey there, it's Chris. I am just doing a demonstration on the text to speech because I'm curious how many credits are used for the free plan. So if somebody has 10,000 credits, then actually how many minutes, or does that work off of word or characters? I don't know. Okay, so that looks like it's going to be 265 credits. So let's go ahead and remove some of this because I want to see. I wanted to get to about like 128. So we're going to remove that. I'm just going to keep removing until I get it. Okay. So if I generated this speech, I have 497,128 credits. This right here would be 128 credits. So if my number serves me right, or if my theory or whatever works, if I hit generate speech, it should take me down to just 497,000 outright. So this isn't going to make sense when I generate the speech, but we're just going to see if it does that.
Hey there, it's Chris. I am just doing a demonstration on the text-to-speech because I'm curious how many credits are used for the...
Okay, and then my credits actually didn't change. So that didn't work. Let me go ahead and hit refresh. And yeah, my credits remaining didn't move. Oh, well, it just says the cost is based on length of text, selected model, and voice rate multiplier. So they make it confusing, I guess is the best way to say it. But knowing that if you get the free version, you're going to have 10,000 credits. And with 10,000 credits, I would just use as much as you can until you run out. And then if you enjoyed it, then you can just upgrade to the $10 a month. As far as the voice cloner, I saw some questions coming in about the voice cloner. What you have to do with that is I haven't personally done it yet in ElevenLabs, and they just changed their interface dramatically lately. So let me see if I can help you out here. So when you go to voices, on the very top, it says create a voice. So for those of you that have all the questions coming in, like I see Express Review Lab says, could you outline the step-by-step process for creating a clone of yourself with ElevenLabs and like how ElevenLabs would fit in the process? And I saw ATL said, does ElevenLabs have voice cloning ability? And what's up? And by the way, thank you for being here yesterday. I saw you in the chat yesterday, ATL. So thanks for coming back today. Yeah, so what you would do is you would click on voices, and then on the top, you just click on create a voice. And then let me see if I can zoom in so you can read this better. Okay, so you should be able to read this a little better. So voice design is you can design an entirely new voice from a text prompt. So let's say if you want like a very specific type of voice to be a narration for something, maybe you have a client or you have a client where you offer a very high-end custom voice, AI voice creation service or voiceover service. This is where you can design that voice from scratch. You can do an instant voice clone. So for those of you that are wondering about voice cloning, it looks like there's two ways you can do this. One way is you can do an instant AI voice clone. So you could clone your voice with only 10 seconds of audio. That takes about 2 minutes. Maybe we can test that. And we'll actually test that while we're here because I haven't done this yet. And I am curious how powerful it is. Then you also have the professional voice clone where you can create the most realistic digital replica of your voice, but it requires at least 30 minutes of clean audio. And that takes about 5 minutes. So I don't have I guess I don't have 30 minutes of super clean audio. I could just go download probably the audio or extract the audio of one of my previous live streams. But what I would probably do in this case, if I was going to do a professional voice clone of myself, or if you want to do a professional voice clone of yourself, I would open up whatever tool you have on your computer that can record your voice. It could just be a voice recorder. If you have a fancy microphone or a condenser microphone, you definitely want to be on your computer. If you don't, to be honest, just using the voice recorder on your iPhone, and I'm sure Android has a similar version, you can just hit record a voice using the voice recorder app on your iPhone. And I would just get a book out or something and I would read the book, and then I would use very specific inflections in your voice. So, the highs, the lows, the pauses, be dramatic. That's what it's listening for. It's listening for 30 minutes of how you talk, and then it's going to clone your voice based off of that. So that's what I would do. But if you just want to see what 10 seconds of audio looks like, it looks like we could do this right now. So let's just try it out. I don't know how this is going to work, but it says avoid noisy environments. Background noise is going to cause interference with recording quality results. I do have a little mini condenser microphone, but in my office, I'm on a main street, so there's dump trucks and stuff driving by, so I don't know if that you can hear that or not. Check microphone quality, so try external units or headphone mics. I do have this external microphone. Use consistent equipment, so don't change the recording equipment between samples. So let's go ahead and try this out and we will see if this works. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit record audio, and I'm just going to start randomly talking, and I'm going to use like inflections in my voice that I would normally use and just see what it does. All right, so I found my microphone. I could choose from any other microphones that I might have connected, but I'm just going to use this microphone I have. By the way, anyone is wondering what microphone I'm using, if you like my audio right now, it is the Shure MV88 Plus. That's my microphone. And it's cool. It's just a USB microphone, and it's really tiny. Okay, so it needs, I thought I said 10 seconds, but it looks like it's wanting me to do 30 seconds. All right. Hey there, it's Chris. I'm just doing my live stream right now, and I'm testing it out to see how this is going to work. I'm just going to go ahead and start reading some of my stuff here on my blueprint that I have. So what is ElevenLabs? Well, ElevenLabs is like the best AI voice generator on the market, and it's the complete AI content generation platform. And it has text-to-speech sounds that sound hyper-realistic, and you can clone. All right, it cut me off. So it gave you 30 seconds, and you can remove background noise from audio recordings, it looks like, automatically on here. So it says it's ready. So we're just going to go ahead and hit next. And again, I've never done this before. So for those of you that are just wondering how you would do this, we're figuring this out together. Here, let me close some of my tabs down. I don't like it when I have so many things on your screen to have to look at. Okay, so name, we'll just do Chris Luck. Preview. Language is going to be English. The description, this is just a test. And then I'm going to confirm blah, blah, blah. Probably all the consents and rights that my voice is probably now going to be available on ElevenLabs for everybody to use. So I'm just going to hit save voice, and then it says try out your new clone. So apparently it's already ready. So I can generate a speech. So I can test drive it with the text to speech, which you all already kind of saw. I could speak with yourself, so I could talk to my clone and then use the ElevenLabs agent. That would be weird. We could try that. I kind of want to try that. That's weird. Let's try that. It's something totally different. Okay, so I'm going to, what do I do here? Oh, I got to hit new agent. Okay, this is weird. I'm creating like a voice agent. So this is going way beyond, actually, let's not do that. That's going way beyond like the scope of this. What I'm trying to do here. We're not doing ElevenLabs. I just want to do, crap, I probably lost my voice now. Let's do text to speech. Is my voice in? Oh, there is my voice. It's here. Let me hide. It's right there. So I'm going to do the Chris Luck preview, and then it doesn't, I can play with my speed, so I can make me sound slower or faster. I can make my voice sound more variable, more stable. I can do my style exaggeration, so I could sound very exaggerated or not. And here, so let's go ahead, and I'm gonna type out something. So 1 second. Hi there, it is Chris Luck, but not the real Chris Luck. This is his AI voice, and we are going to see how this works. Okay, I'm gonna put an exclamation point there. Okay, we're gonna see how this works. I'm not gonna change anything at all, and we're gonna see if it actually sounds like a good voice or not. So let's see. Hi there, it is Chris Luck, but not the real Chris Luck. This is his AI voice, and we are going to see how this works. I gotta say, for 30 seconds of my voice just talking, that was pretty good. I could see if you had time to upload 30 minutes of audio, it would be way better. But now let's just go ahead and joke around about it. I'm going to make the style exaggeration a little higher so you can see what style exaggeration does. Hang on. Hi there. It is Chris Luck, but not the real Chris Luck. This is his AI voice, and we are going to see how this works. Okay. And then now I'm going to make my speed a little slower. Hi there. It is Chris Luck, but not the real Chris Luck. This is his AI voice, and we are going to see how this works. Now we're going to make the voice more variable instead of more stable, so you can hear what that sounds like. Hi there, it is Chris Luck, but not the real Chris Luck. This is his AI voice, and we are going to see how this works. So there you go. So for the questions that came in the live stream, if there was the ability to clone your voice and what are the steps to doing it, those are the steps to doing it. So that blew my mind, actually, knowing that it was only 30 seconds of voices. Or my voice. So again, to do that, if you want to clone your voice with AI using ElevenLabs, you're going to click on ElevenLabs, click on voices, and then you're going to click on create voice on the very top right. And then you can do the instant voice clone, which is what I just did. But if you really want to do this for yourself, let's say you're doing like social media content and all that, I would recommend doing the professional voice clone. Because here's another thing, this is more for an advanced live stream later, is that once you have cloned, let's say you do a professional clone of your voice, and then you have that saved in your library in ElevenLabs, when you jump in Higgsfield AI, which I always talk about Higgsfield and how you should use Higgsfield for AI image generation and AI video generation, you can connect your ElevenLabs account and choose a voice in your library to use as the voice in your videos on Higgsfield. And if you have your own voice professionally cloned, you could essentially make all these videos of you doing things and talking, and it sounds exactly like you, but you actually didn't create that video at all. And that is how that is done. So if anyone wants to ever see that, let me know. And yeah, Patty says it sounds like you, just easy and peasy. And yeah, it's super cool. So there isn't a voice memo feature that I've noticed in ElevenLabs. That's a great question, Harry. So let me take a look here. I don't believe there is. There's audiobooks, speech to text. Yeah, there's no voice memos. What I use honestly for voice memos is this Whisper app. So I always talk about Whisper, and you can go to trywhisper.com. So trywhisper.com. And then Whisper, what it will do is it's an app you can download on your computer or your computers. You can download it on a mobile device, your iPad, your iPhone. There's a wait list for the Android right now. But when you go here, they do have the ability to where, that's what I use. Like when you see me doing the voice to text, that's the app I'm using. I'm just double tapping the function key on my keyboard, and then I talk, and then it uses AI to make my output better than just doing dictation directly on an app. But they do have a voice memo feature if you're kind of interested in something like that. So that's pretty much all I got. I wanted to let everyone know, if you want to get access to this tutorial that I did put together, and then because we didn't go through all 100 ways, I went through a few of them. It's actually on AIville.com. So what you can do is when you go to AIville.com, you just simply click on AI tutorials on the left-hand side. And then these are all the different tutorials that I have for you. And we have the ElevenLabs Voice AI tutorial that I just did. So you click on that, and then this is where you can get access to the tutorial that I put together. The Suno one that I did yesterday, you can click on Suno, and this is the tutorial I did yesterday on Suno. And I've got tutorials on like all the top tools, and I also have blueprints on how you can actually like make money with these tools, and you can make money with ElevenLabs and all of that. So that's where you can get access to this if you would like access to it. And if you haven't done so already, I do recommend on my YouTube channel, if you can just, where is it? Like wherever you see the subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe. But after you subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications, because I never know exactly when I'm going to go live. I try to schedule ahead of time, but with just family and my daughters that are in sports, I never know like when's the best time to go live. So sometimes I schedule it and then I have to change when I go live. So if you turn on all notifications, you'll know if I make adjustments to my live streams. You can see the ones that are coming up. You can see all the ones that I've done. I've done 51 of them so far. I'm still really new to YouTube, so I'm still trying to figure this stuff out, but that's where you can go to subscribe. If you did like this, this is a huge ask. So since you made it to the very end, if you liked this style of video, can you like this video, whether you're live or you're watching the recording? Because this video I'm doing from my office and I'm green screened out. So I'm able to show you more of my screen rather than my studio, which my studio, you see more of my studio, but less of the screen. So I'm curious what you like more. Like, do you care about the studio backdrop, or would you rather just me be right here kind of floating around here in the bottom of the screen and just see more of the screen? So let me know, and you can just let me know in the chat or the comments, but also definitely like this video if you did like it, because then I'll go back and look at the number of views versus likes, and then I'll see which one kind of worked out better. So, and thanks, Howard, by saying you're the best when it comes to teaching, keeping it simple. That is, I feel like that is like my superpower, is taking things that are complicated and then trying to distill it down to something that's simple. So I love that you said that, because that really kind of helps me feel better about what it is I'm doing. So yeah, thanks for everything. And then the next live stream I'm going to be doing is going to be on Monday, which is February 23rd. And then I'm actually going to be doing Higgsfield. So I'm going to be showing you, you hear me talk a lot about Higgsfield and just the AI video generator and image generator. And here, I'll just give you a little preview. So when you go to Higgsfield, there's a lot of things that you can do with Higgsfield. The new Kling 3.0 that just came out, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how you can actually go in and look at all the different, like what you should really pay attention to for all the image editors that they have, and how you can just keep up with things. And then we'll do the video editors too. I'll go through a lot of the top video editors. We're going to run some really crazy prompts and have fun with it. And I have a pretty high-end Higgsfield account, so I have a lot of credits to play around with. So we can just kind of play around with things together and have a lot of fun. And then I'll also show you how you can integrate ElevenLabs into your Higgsfield videos if you want to do that. So if that's interesting to you, it'll be on Monday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So again, just go to my YouTube channel, and then you'll see that. And you can even go to that now and hit notify me, and you'll be notified directly from YouTube, like before I go live, which is super cool. And then just seeing some of you in the chat, I see a lot of you are saying more screen, the content is a thing. I agree. I feel better here in my office here, because I can show more of my screen. I don't have a green screen set up in my studio. My studio is kind of more for fun when I'm doing like workshops and webinars and things like that. But and I see Martin does like the studio background though, so it's kind of hit or miss. But I'll mix it up. You'll never know where I'm going to be whenever I go live. It just depends on where my schedule's at and how, where I happen to be. So anyway, that's all I have for now. So thanks so much for showing up, and then I will see you on Monday, hopefully at 3 p.m. Central. Bye for now.